Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmick. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. I do have personal readings available on the community section of the channel page. So if you're interested in those, you can go check them out. And then also, thank you so much for your donations. They really do help out the channel, and I am so, so grateful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We are going to get some channeled messages via songs for this reading. So let's give her a go. Okay. So I kind of giggled through the intro because the one that popped out is one that I totally forgot I even put in here. So the lyrics that I wrote down are: the top gets higher the more that I climb. The spot gets smaller and I get bigger, trying to get in where I fit in. No room for a bleep. I know what they don't want to tell you. Just hope you're heaven sent and you're hell proof. So this is Drop the World by um Lil Wayne featuring Eminem. And when I channeled this song to put in this deck, this is really the energy where you're just in it, man. Like you're in it. And with that, it's like that energy where you're just in the thick of it, and you're doing your healing, and you're doing what you're following your intuition, you're following the guidance, and it's just like, when is it gonna give? It's that kind of energy of like, ugh, it's thick, it's heavy, it's you've just been in the muck. And the thing is this message really is confirmation for you that you are going through it, and also keep going, because it, that's the nature of the path that you chose as a light worker. It's the light worker journey isn't easy. It's, choosing to intentionally go through all of the healing work and the self-reflection and the soul evolution. It's not always easy. It's always worth it. It's not always easy. And so, you're doing more shadow work, you're doing more healing. And you could be at this point too where you're starting to come to the realization that the healing part of this journey, it's a lifelong process. So it's not something that's like, okay, we have childhood traumas and then we heal those childhood traumas as adults, and then we're healed and we're spiritually ascended and we reach enlightenment and it's groovy. It's, it you go through other human stuff, and then it triggers other stuff to be healed, and it's the spiral journey where you just go a layer deeper and a layer deeper and a layer deeper. And that's the whole point, is to live life and to learn to enjoy the journey. Learn to enjoy the healing process, learn to enjoy it, and um embrace being a human, and embrace the muck, embrace the shit, basically. um okay, so all right, let's see if I'm gonna attempt to just say the words. I might end up singing it. Okay, so it says, yeah, I'm gonna sing it. Well, I just saw Haley's comet, she waved. Said, why you always running in place? Even the man in the moon disappeared. Somewhere in the stratosphere. Tell my mother, tell my father, I've done the best I can to make them realize this is my life. I hope they understand. I'm not angry, I'm just saying. Sometimes Bye is a second chance. Lost the tune there for a minute. Okay, so the channeled message came in as I was trying to finish that. Okay, so that is Second Chance by Shinedown. Now, with these two in combination, what I'm picking up is that you are probably in the midst of doing a lot of healing work around childhood stuff. And so you could be at this point where you're realizing that maybe for a long time in your life, you did things a certain way and you showed up in your life in a certain way because of the programming of when you were a child, of the expectations that were put on you from authority figures when you were younger. And a part of this journey is to realize that you can do things a certain way. You can do things the way that you're told. When you look at that though, and it's like I'm unsatisfied in my life, there's things missing, I'm not fulfilled at a soul level. That's when we really start to, we get to look at the programming and the narratives that we were given and go, wait a minute, I don't like that. I don't want that for me. And you start changing it. And this is about fully embodying the energy of I am me, I'm a sovereign being. I have a right to be me. I have a right to show up in life in the way that I want. I have a right to shine. I have a right to, be authentically me. And this is not ego. This is not from an ego place. This is from a soul place, from a soul aspect. This is that I'm showing up in my life in a way that is authentic to me. And I'm not choosing to be an ass to everybody. I'm not choosing to, be rude about it. I am going to hold my boundaries though. I'm going to hold this line. This is for me. This is what I want, and this is my life. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful place to get to. There's a lot of people that never get to that place. So I congratulate you. And that's also part of when we're feeling like we're in the muck. It's that realization of like, I'm not happy. I want something different for my life. And I'm going to have to do this regardless of the external approval I may or may not receive. Okay. All right, got another Shine Down song. All right, so this one is I created the sound of madness, wrote the book on pain. Somehow I'm still here to explain that the darkest hour never comes in the night. You can sleep with the gun when you're gonna wake up and fight for yourself. And then it goes on to I think this is the second verse of the song. I'm so sick of this tombstone mentality. If there's an afterlife, it'll set you free. But I'm not gonna part the seas. You're a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay. So this is Sound of Madness by Shinedown. Now, with these three together, this is big work that you're doing, like big work. And so I just want to take a minute and really applaud you for choosing to do this because you don't have to do that. And the fact that you're choosing to do this work, it's commendable. It's also, it's not easy. And it is also worth it. It's fulfilling at a soul level. And so keep going. If you're being guided to do this work, yeah, I can assure you it's worth it. Um, with this is really that energy of it's where you're transcending the traumas and the pain, and you are taking the responsibility for w- the experiences that you've had. This is when it's the energy of really pulling out of victim mentality and not being like, I had all these things done to me. I had all this childhood trauma. Poor me, blah, 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 blah. It's when you're like, yes, I had those experiences. And that is what gave me the fertile soil to go within, to have this awakening, to transcend these traumas and these pains and integrate the shadow and you know you show up differently, because then you're at a place of like, you can understand and empathize and have compassion for people who have gone through traumas and things of that nature. And also, it's one of those like, yes, I understand and respect the fact that you've gone through traumas. And guess what? That's part of the human experience. Every human has gone through a trauma at some point in their life. Um, and it's how we work through those traumas that determine the type of experience we have. Some people choose not to do the inner healing work, and then they walk around and they're triggered all the time, and they expect other people to bend to their, triggers and things of this nature. And then, you've got those who choose to go on the healing journey and say, no, I'm going to take responsibility for it. And I'm going to show up differently in the world. I'm going to show up in a more healed, healthy, whole place. And I see the traumas and the triggers for what they are. And I now know how to move through them. I now know that if I'm triggered by a situation in life, it's because there's an aspect of me that's coming up to be looked at. So it's a different way of navigating life. And it's a really powerful way of navigating life. And I feel like this is where you're stepping into right now, which is beautiful, amazing, awesome energy. So congratulations. Um, this is, again, give yourself some kudos. Make sure you're doing, the self-care, spiritual hygiene, all of that. And, keep doing it because it's worth it. And you will find that you will be able to manifest and create a life that is beyond what your wildest dreams were at some point in this incarnation. So just know that, and a more fulfilled, aligned way of manifesting your reality as well. And it just allows you to navigate this experience in a way more balanced way to where you can actually help other people and not get sucked into other people's traumas and triggers either. And then you're just in this reactive energy constantly. And, I'm wounded and triggered and projecting, and then you're wounded, so then you're receiving it and then you're projecting back, and it's this, that dynamic. This is the energy where it's like, uh, your triggers are a you thing, your reactions are a you thing, my triggers are a me thing. And so I'm going to let you do whatever it is you want to do with your traumas and your triggers, while not accepting them and taking them, still having healthy, clean boundaries. And then when I'm triggered, I'm going to take that as a sign of like, okay, there's a shadow aspect that is asking for me to look at it. So I'm going to look at it and I'm going to heal it and I'm going to, integrate it basically. So this is awesome. So good job. Good job. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. If you like this message, you can hit that like button. If this is resonating with you, you can definitely leave me a comment below. And if you would like to see more messages from me, you can hit that subscribe button. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. And I will see you on the next message. Bye.